Morning, folks. This morning's soap is brought to us by Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements. This is the original label for Han Polo. It was made for Shavette World. So the new label has, I believe it's referred to as Robbie the Robot on the front. I've had this one for a while. As you can kind of tell, I've scooped quite a bit out of there. It's firm inside the container here. Fairly easy to scoop out though. And I've got it whipped up here with a brush from Humphrey. And these were numbered, and this one here was numbered number 2. And you see the robot there at the bottom. My nose is itching this morning, sorry. Got it whipped up here. It's a little on the wet side, just a little. Not too terribly drippy, I guess you might say. Already put a hot towel to the face, and also went ahead and used the Preshave soap, oil that is, from Yulay. Got the alum block here, no rubber band this morning. Also still got just a tiny bit of Humphrey's witch hazel citrus scented that I mentholated, and there's just a little bit left in there. And also have the matching aftershave there to go along with the soap. The shaver of the day also came from, I guess you might say, to go right along with that soap. And this one here, this shave that came by the way of Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements for Shavette World. And you kind of see the red accents to it. It's got the, I guess you might say, the clamp right there. I have a tendency to call it a swing clamp because you've seen the other one where it's just a clamp without a rivet to it. Anyway, I've already, let's say I've already put a hot towel to the face, so I'll go ahead and get started here. Been struggling just a little bit with the sinuses the past few days. Tuesday probably was the worst. But this soap here is, at that point in time when this was made, Crown King was relatively new to the scene. It hadn't been out too terribly long. And to be honest with you, when it comes to this soap, when I started buying Phoenix Artisan Accoutrement soaps, all I have is the Crown King line. I don't have any of the, I guess you might say, the other, much less the new either. The CK6, I think it is. Haven't tried that one just yet. This is a vegan soap. This is a really nice scent. If you're wondering why the label was changed, it was because there was concerns about, I guess you might say, the legality of using that particular robot that was on that label. But anyway, doesn't have much to do with the scent of the soap, that's for sure. It is all about the label. It smells great. Really nice scent. This was probably along the lines one of the first, I guess you might say, cologne scents that I had bought. Go ahead and get started here. Oh, blade inside is a Perma-Sharp. Shavette World is it's a Facebook group, and it's primarily for the shavettes and the shavers of the world. But as a group, we recognize somebody starting somewhere, and usually it's with a DE. So in other words, posting shaves with the DE and whatnot is acceptable. But the primary focus with shavettes and assisting those folks trying to learn how to use one of these. And it is a bit of a challenge. There is a steep learning curve for most folks. Now if you've been shaving with a straight razor, there's still a little bit of a learning curve, but not quite as steep as one with those that haven't shaved with one. And as you can kind of tell as it goes from how I hold the Shavette might be a little untraditional. I use with what works for me. For me, I really enjoy shaving with the Shavettes because it's a, once you, I guess you might say, come close to mastering, not that I feel like I've ever mastered it, but once you get to the point where you can get a good shave without nicking yourself or anything like that, just that accomplishment is, it just makes all the effort worthwhile in my opinion. That sense of accomplishment is pretty cool. The way I have worded it in the past is you come out of the bathroom just smiling and, you know, just real, I guess you might say real pleased with yourself that you've been able to get this far along with shaving with a tool like this that's just a little bit challenging, and you get through the shave without any nicks, cuts, weepers, no blood, and you know, you know, just ready to go take on the day now. It does take a little bit, like I say, to learn how to use one. It does look easy on the video, I know, but it especially in the beginning, boy, is it nerve-wracking. I think it was be January of I think it was January of 2016 when I started shaving with a Shavette. It's taken a little while. I know in the beginning, boy howdy, my share of nicks and cuts, and it just takes a little while. I guess you might say you have to be determined, persistent, stick with it. It eventually will come to you. But I've had my share of cuts. For me, I typically go with a 2-pass shave with a Shavette. Works well for me. It's one of those kind of shaves where, yeah, there's still some whiskers left on the face, but they're so short that most folks at the end of the day still can't even see them. So, in my opinion, that's close enough shave. I mean, you put your hand to the face and you can feel them, but you can't see them. So, for me, I kind of think, you know, what I look like at the end of the day and they're still not noticeable, that shave will work. So it's with the green pass, against the green pass usually works for me, but I do have a strip of hair, especially on this side of the face, right through here, that has a tendency to grow different directions, and with those 2 passes, not the easiest to catch all of it. So sometimes going across the grain, I can catch that. If you're just starting out with this sort of thing and you're not used to or really feel comfortable doing across the grain pass, because to me with the grain and against the grain is pretty easy in comparison to a cross the grain pass. To me that one there is a little bit more difficult. I can get on my cheeks, on my neck, not a chance. But I don't have a need to, so I really haven't, how can you say, pushed the issue to learn how to do across the grain pass on my neck. I can do it on the cheek whenever I need to, but on my neck, I just don't have a need to, so I don't really push the issue, if you will. And not everybody will do across the grain pass. There's a number of Shavette shavers have found that, you know, the 2-pass shave works quite well. And if you feel the need to do the cross the grain but can't quite master it with one of these, just have your favorite DE or injector or whatever the case might be to, I guess you might say, to do the pickup pass, if you will. everything works out well. Alex has been wanting me to do a, I guess you might say, a beard care video, and I think tomorrow might be a good day if everything works out all right. Because what I do on camera is somewhat different than what I do off camera, meaning that typically I've already got this part already covered with a lather, and it stays like that throughout my shave. And then at the end of the shave, I'll rinse out the lather from whatever soap or cream that I'm using. That's my method. As well as, when you take a shower, I'll wash it out, so it gets washed out quite a bit. As it goes for keeping, if you have, I guess you might say, a prickly type beard, I'll show you what I use. Some of it's pretty inexpensive, plus what? It's already in the shower. Shower's that way. In the way of it, just my wife's hair conditioner, in other words. I don't have a soap. I don't really have much of a need for one. I should say shampoo. I have a flying friend that's trying to make his appearance. He may have, and I just didn't notice it. That is one thing, especially on this side, that's fairly easy for me. I've been working on for a while, is that pass on the against grain pass to come at a sweeping motion, and it helps catch that stuff down there that's not the easiest to mow down, I guess, if you will. I really like using the Shavette. To me, once you get used to it, like I said, it's that sense of accomplishment at the end. It's just, it is great. It's a great feeling, in other words. Kind of helps set the mood for the day, especially if you gotta have a chaotic day like I'm expecting today. Could be an interesting day at work, in other words. As it goes for the post-shave feel, really can't complain. Like I say, didn't try the version of soap before. I've always had the Crown King lineup of soap, and it's always had a nice post-shave feel. It's always felt pretty nice. Now I can tell the difference. It's still, and don't get me wrong, this is a nice soap. It's got a nice post-shave feel. But can I feel the difference in between this and, let's say, like the wet shaving products, tobacco, the Formula T that I shaved with here recently? Can I feel the difference in between the post-shave? Yes, I can feel the difference. Is it to the point where I would not buy one versus the other? No. I do think that the tallow version, or the tallow soap, wet shaving products, does have a nicer post-shave feel, but both of them are still pretty nice. I would not, give one a poor grade for a post-shave feel. Both of them are pretty nice. This alum block is getting smaller, but at the rate that it's going, I bet you I'll still have this at the end of the year. Still be sticking around. And I've done usually, video is a little distracting, so, if you ever see somebody that's, especially new to shave with a Shavette, or even a D as far as that goes, talking and shaving at the same time is a bit of a challenge. And no stinging this morning. That doesn't happen very often, even after being off camera. Usually I've got a little stinging somewhere here or there. Got pretty lucky this morning. I don't feel any stinging, none whatsoever. Got just a little bit of this left. Looks like it's going to be time to break out another bottle of witch hazel. Going to keep this container though, because I'm not sure what I'm going to do with the label though, because it is a little misleading. Because what I'm going to put in there is some other witch hazel, but I'm going to put some, stuff in there to, like menthol and whatnot, to give it a little bit more of a kick, I guess, if you will. I've also been thinking about creating my own lavender witch hazel. Or I just go ahead and go to Stirling and get theirs aftershave here. I see this is some pretty nice stuff. That is one thing that for most folks has goes for scent strength. I haven't heard anybody complain about the scent strength of Douglas's aftershave. That's what the restrictor looks like, and they're pretty consistent about what goes in there. I haven't noticed a change since I've been buying this. Now I don't have any in the new container. I've been looking, trying to decide which one I'm going to get. Not only that, the longevity of the scent of this aftershave, it is pretty good. Now, per my nose will be a lot different than everybody else's, but usually, excuse me, around lunchtime, I can usually still pick up a whiff of it every once in a while if my nose is working pretty good. I don't know about today though. It's still giving me fits this morning. That's a really nice shave. Oh, so if you're new to Shavette World, this particular kind of setup, you'll see all kinds of different names. The clamp just, it just pulls open, swings around. You can put your thumbnail right here to separate these two. And I don't think the blade's going to stay put, so it'll split like that. There's the Perma-Sharp blade right there, and it just do it this way. The blade, it's really, once you get soap on there, it'll kind of sort of stay put. Nothing to it. It just, there's little notches right there. Might be kind of hard to see. Right there is, there's a couple of little posts right there. These are well rounded to help guide, slide over the top, I guess you might say. Anyhow, this fits right up against those two posts. I don't have an issue getting it loaded. Now, if you do, you just probably need to practice a few times. Once you get the hang of it, figure out what the trick is, what works best for you in getting one loaded. It takes no time at all to get one loaded. Put it back together. It takes just that long just to clean it up, ready for it to be put away or used for the next time. Had a great shave this morning. I hope everybody's doing well. It is very hot here. I think we're still looking around the 110 heat index, maybe 116. I can't remember where it's at. Anyhow, it's really hot. So drink plenty of fluids, stay safe, and smooth shaves to you.